Hey, this is Katrina here. I wanted to walk through how to use the border tool if you are wanting to design a fillable form in Microsoft Word that is fully accessible to screen readers and other assistive technology. Starting off, I have a document that I have titled Personalized Form. The title Personalized Form is a heading level 1. As you navigate down the document, there are 3 heading level 2s. That's about you, interests, and strengths. What I'd like to do is make this document look more like a fillable form. So under interests, I have 3 questions, but around each of these questions is a box with some shading, and this makes it look more fillable. In addition, I have provided clear instructions at the top of the document to make it clear about how users are meant to use this form. I say within this form, you will find questions related to several different topics. You can type your answer immediately following each question. So now that I've guided users on how to complete the form, let's work to make this look more like a form. So starting off, I want to advise you to please go to the Home tab and then the Line and Paragraph Spacing tool. Use the drop down and go to Line Spacing Options. Go ahead and set your spacing for before and after to 0 and your line spacing to single. The reason we're going to do that is because we can control the width and height of our border areas within the Borders tool. So your next step on the home bar, in the paragraph area, go ahead and go to the Borders dropdown. This is labeled Borders for screen reader users. For sighted individuals, it looks like a box that has lines drawn within the box. There's a dropdown, you select that. Here is where you have the opportunity to choose different border types, and you can get creative. For example, at the top of my form for personalized form, there is a decorative line below personalized form, and I just used bottom border to create that. But around the questions that I am including on this form, the your name, your date of birth, I would like them to have complete boxes around them. So I'm going to do all borders. Now there are boxes around my 2 question prompts, but there's still more that I can do. I would like to add some color to have these stand out. So I go back into the Borders drop-down tool and I navigate to Borders and Shading. Within Borders and Shading, you have 3 tab options: Borders, Page Border, and Shading. If you select Shading, you have the option in Fill to select a color you want. Just ensure that you select an color contrast accessible color. So I'm going to use a really light gray. All right, and I hit OK. Now I have neat boxes around my question prompts, and there's a little bit of color too. But I think these boxes are a little bit thin. So I'm going to go back into the Borders and Shading tool under the Borders dropdown. And then I'm going to navigate to the Borders tab. And under the area that says Apply to Paragraph, there is an Options button. I'm going to select Options. This actually allows me to control the size of my border. So I would like there to be a little bit more space above the text. So I'm going to do top 3 point, and then I want there to be space below it as well. So that's 3 point as well. All right, I hit OK, I hit OK. And now my boxes are a little bit wider. As far as someone being able to use this form, you can easily navigate through this form using the down arrow key. I'll have listened to the directions, and then when I get to your name, if I follow the directions, I know that I need to enter my answer immediately following the question. And so if I type a long response, I just wanted to show that the border box extends with the answer, which is really great. Now, if you prefer to guide your users to enter their response directly below the prompt, that's possible too. You can do Shift Enter. So after your name, I did Shift Enter, and what I did is I created a blank space. Now, in general, with Microsoft Word, I advise people not to have blank spaces, but For the purposes of this document, we're using it as a fillable form. And so we're adding a space as a prompt to users. And how that makes it a little bit easier is as I arrow through this and I'm listening to it with a screen reader, I'll hear your name. And then instead of me having to kind of use my right arrow to go to the end of your name, I can just hit the down arrow. It'll say blank, and I'll know that that is where I need to write my answer. I just need to make sure that my users clearly understand that. So in the directions, you can say type your answer directly below each question. Oops, and I didn't mean for that to be all caps. Sorry about that. I would definitely not put all caps, but now I have provided clear directions to users on how to use the form, but I definitely recommend this as an alternative. I can do a quick screen reader demonstration. All right, so starting off, I am on my form and I have NVDA going. So let's go through with arrow keys.
Heading Level 1 Personalized Form. Within this form you will find questions related to several different topics. You can type your answer directly below each question. Heading Level 2 About You. In this section, you will provide some basic information about yourself. Your name. Blank.
All right, so it announced that your name and then it announced blank, and now I know that I can type my answer. All right, I hope you found this helpful. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If partners have any unique things that they would like to do with forms in Microsoft Word, feel free to bring those to me. I'm happy to problem solve. Thanks so much.